Hi dear students, I'm your English instructor Sajri Madani. Due to outbreak of coronavirus, now on you're going to receive your lessons online. And I hope you catch and get your lessons and frequently study your lessons. سلام شاگردای عزیز، استاد انگلیسیتان هستم، مستشار مدنی و انگلیسی صف شما 12 شما رو تدریس میکنم. قسمی که شما میخوایم به خاطر شیوع مریضی کرونا شما از این بابت قرار است که درس ها را به صورت آنلاین به دست بیارین و امید که شما نکات مهم و ضروری را مراعات کنین تا که خودتان و دوستایتان از مریضی کرونا در امان باشید و انشالله درس خود به صورت آنلاین شروع میکنیم و به شکل متداوم و منظم درسایتان رو بگیرین و درس خود شروع میکنیم.
Hello and most welcome to our new video for the grade 12. I'm your English instructor. Today, inshallah, we are going to start a new lesson for the grade 12. But before I start, I just strongly recommend you to receive and get the lessons online and try to study your lesson at home with yourself and try to practice. Let's start. Today, the first lecture is regarding the present perfect tense. What's present perfect tense? I know most of you guys know how to use the present perfect tense in your daily activities, but today I'll be lecturing more about the present perfect tense. First of all, let me ask a question. What's present perfect tense? Just think and imagine with yourself what might be the present perfect tense and how you will be able to use present perfect tense. Here is the statements of present perfect tense. Positive statement: I have cooked, I have written, he has cooked, he has written. Negative statement: I have not worked, I haven't worked, he has not worked, he hasn't worked. Question: have you worked? And negative interrogative: have you not worked or haven't you worked? Present perfect tense. We use present perfect tense to show action or condition that happened in a particular time in the past. It means the time is not clear for us in present perfect tense. We are talking about an action which happened in past, but the time is unparticular, the time is unknown for us. Let's study this example. She has completed the project. It means that before now she worked on her project and she has completed the project, and the project has been completed before. They have done their assignment. It means their assignment is completed right now. The action happened in the past, the action completed in the past, but the time is not clear for us. We have eaten our breakfast. It means that we have eaten our breakfast, but in the past the action of eating has been completed in the past, but the time is not clear for us. Here is a diagram. Take a look to this diagram. Present perfect tense. We use from auxiliary verb as or have. We use as for the singular pronoun or nouns, and we use have for the plural noun and pronouns. Plus past participle. Past participle is the third form of the verb. Present perfect tense shows activities started in the past and continue to the present. Here is the structure of present perfect tense. Based on this structure, you will be able to make your own sentences. Let's study this structure together. In positive structure, we use subject at the beginning of sentence. A subject plus have or has plus past participle plus object plus complement. For example, I have eaten my lunch. It means the action happened in the past, the action completed in the past, but the time is not clear for us. She has written the report. It means now the report is ready, the report is completed, the action happened in the past. In negative, we use subject plus have or has plus not plus past participle plus object plus complement. Example: I have not eaten lunch. She has not written the report. Negative interrogative, we use have or has at the beginning of sentence plus subject plus past participle plus object plus complement. Uh, Take a look to these examples. Have I eaten my lunch? Have I eaten my lunch? She has written the report. She has written the report. Has she written the report? Sorry, has she written the report? It means this is the interrogative or the question form of present perfect tense. In negative interrogative, we use have or has we use have or has at the in interrogative at the beginning of sentence. We also use have or has at the beginning of sentence in negative interrogative. After have or has auxiliary verb have or has, we use subject plus not plus past participle plus object plus complement. Examples: have I not eaten my lunch? Have I not eaten my lunch? Has she not written the report? This negative and interrogative form of present perfect tense. We call it negative interrogative because at the beginning of sentence we use auxiliary verb, but after the subject we use not. That's why we call it negative interrogative, because this structure has two forms: negative and question. Use of present perfect tense. We use present perfect tense for action or a state that started in the past and still continues. It means the action happened or started in the past but is still in the present. Now the action is happening. For example, we have lived here since 2001. It means the action started in the past, but still we are living in the Kabul. The action is still is in progress. Another example is she has known me for more than 2 years. We are friends for more than 2 years, and we know each other for more than years. The action started 2 years ago, but still we know each other. Still we are friends. The action is still continue. I haven't seen her since the new year. The action started in the past, but still continue. How long have they been here? The action started in the past, but still it's in progress at the present time. The other use of present perfect tense, it is used often with the expression to indicate the activities that began in the past but come to the present or come to up to the now. For example, for 10 years since 1995, all week, all the time, always, lately, recently. Take a look to this example. We have always worked in York. We still work in York. It means the action started in the past, but still the action is happening. Still the action is in progress. The other example, it has been quite cold lately. From the past up to now, the weather is cold, and still the weather is cold. It means the action is happening to the started from the past, but is still at the present happening. The other use of present perfect tense is if the activity started in the past and ended in the past, we cannot use the present perfect tense. If the action started in the past but ended in the past, we do not use from present perfect tense. For example, I have smoked for 5 years. That's wrong, because the action started in the past and stopped or completed in the past. We use for this kind of situation or for this kind of condition, we use simple past tense. I smoked for 5 years, not I have smoked for 5 years. And number 4, we use it to describe an experience that happened in the past. The time is not given, but the effective are important now. We use present perfect tense for the experience which happened in the past, or something that we have experienced and we know about that action. For example, she has been to London and she knows London. It means before she has traveled to London and she knows London. It means it's an experience. I have already been to Greece, experiences, and I want to go somewhere else now. I have been in the Greece for 2 weeks. state, I'm still in Greece. It's a experience action that you travel to Greece or you travel to London and you know the London. Dear students, here's important tips and notes about the present perfect tense. When we use this tense to express some experience, we can use also the following adverbs like ever, never, already, here are more adverbs. Have you ever tried it? Have you ever tried it? She has never read this book. We haven't seen it yet. Have you fallen off a bike yet? I haven't met her before. Number 5, we use present perfect simple or present perfect tense for the past activity that have a present result. It means the action happened in the past, but the result is obvious or result is clear for us in the present. For example, the bus hasn't arrived. The bus hasn't arrived. You're waiting for a bus, but the bus is still doesn't arrive. It means the result is in the present. It didn't arrive on the time. We are still waiting now. I have bought a new house. I have bought a new house. I did it last month, but and it means that now I have a new address. It means the action happened in the past, but the result is in the present. For example, it has rained. In the past, it was raining, but the result is in the present. Now everywhere is wet. For such activities, we often use these adverbs: yet, already, just. They haven't finished their homework yet. They can go out now. She hasn't signed it yet. Can I take the document? Here's the action happened in the past. Action started in the past, but the result is in the present. It was the end of lesson for the first. It was our today's lessons. Inshallah, the next day we will start a new lesson. But before we end the lesson number 1, let's study some expression, some daily phrases which is really useful, and you must to memorize it and use it in your daily activities. Number 1, bite off more than one can chew. Bite off more than one can chew means to take responsibility more than one can manage, or it means that take more responsibility more than you can deal with them or with it. For example, John is so far behind in his lesson. Besides classes, he plays sports and works as a part-time job. It seems he has bitten off more than he can chew. Broke means to have no money, to be moneyless. Example: I have to borrow some money from my dad right now. I am broke. The next one, change one's mind. Change one's mind means decide to do something different from. Decide to do something different from what had been decided earlier. What had been decided earlier. For example, I was planning to work late tonight, but I changed my mind. I will do extra work on the weekend instead. Okay, dear students, it was the first lesson that we studied. We studied present perfect tense and this useful phrase and expression. I hope you study and practice with yourself. Just try to make your own sentences for the grammar that we study present perfect tense and this expression. Till the next time, be safe.
Okay, dear students, it was our today's lessons. I hope you catch my lessons. Just try to make your own example for the lesson that we study. Inshallah, the next day we will start the new lesson. خب شاگردای امروز درس امروز ما بود. امید که درس گرفته باشین و به روز بعدی درس جدید آغاز میکنیم. تا درس بعدی به خداوند یکتا میسپارم. موفق و کامیاب باشید.